The Global Game Jam would like to thank our proud sponsors: Microsoft Studios and Imagine Cup, Facebook, Mixamo, and Joyent.
You're a college hire and you're kind of a newbie, but they completely are willing to treat you like an old hand. The way I kind of see it is I'm exactly where I want to be like 5 years into my career, which is kind of scary because I thought I would have had 5 years experience 5 years into my career, but it has been an absolutely amazing experience.
Let me tell you a little story. In June of 2008, on a tiny island in the middle of the Baltic called Gotland, two strangers shared a similar passion. As the time passed, their passion developed into an idea. It was an idea that could inspire innovation through experimentation, an idea that could connect game developers far and wide, and an idea that could inspire a movement. And so it began. Susan Gold returned to the United States to seek help from the most experienced and talented individuals she knew. Gorm Lai returned to Denmark, where he mobilized his already established Nordic Game Jam. Zoraida Buder and Alanka Dunnan joined to provide leadership and help manage the growing event. And Foad Kashmood established a technical base that could connect game developers from around the planet. Together, the first global game jam of 55 locations from around the world came into being. As you participate in the 5th Global Game Jam, you will be part of a community of over 11,000 people in over 55 countries from around the world, creating thousands of games and celebrating a common passion. One that does not have any single gender, race, culture, or creed. It is a remarkable testament to the human spirit. Putting this together may seem simple, but its logistics, its themes and sponsors, its technology, its keynotes, radio, video, and it's all coordinated by thousands of volunteers from around the world. The Global Game Jam Executive Committee wants to thank everyone who has stepped forward to make sure this event happens, and welcome anyone interested in volunteering in the future. Thank you all so much for being a part of the 2013 Global Game Jam, and we wish everyone a most awesome jam. Now it's time to open up your minds to new ideas, explore innovative options, and alternative approaches, because you are now about to take part in the largest game creation event on Earth.
Well, hello. If you're watching this video, you've probably decided to be part of the 2013 Global Game Jam, so good on you. My name is Erin Robinson, and hopefully I can give you some encouragement before we get started. I'm not an expert on the subject by any means, but I have been making independent games for 8 years, which is a little bit like game jamming on endless mode. This really is a global game jam, with more than 50 countries participating this year. They say almost 10,000 people will be involved. And good for you for sacrificing a few whole days to help shape the future of video games. And I do mean sacrificing. After all, it's the weekend. Surely there's some kind of sports thing on. Or maybe sports were never really your thing. But no matter where you come from, I think everybody has something to gain by participating in something like this. Maybe you work somewhere where you don't get to make a lot of decisions. Or maybe you work in AAA games where you dream up new ways for a guy who looks like this to meet his untimely end. And maybe it's like a cartoony game, or maybe it's like a serious type game, or maybe it's what they're calling irreverent, but maybe you started to wonder if there's more to making video games than shooting fools in the face. Or maybe you don't work in video games at all, but everyone knows you have this dream of breaking into the industry one day. But no matter what your plan is, a game jam is pretty much a no-fail situation, if you think about it. Worst case scenario, you spent a weekend finding out that your idea doesn't work, and it's time to try something new. You've still learned something valuable, and it might save you a lot of time in the long run. Medium case scenario, you've leveled up your game-making skills for sure, and probably have a rad new prototype to play with. And the best case scenario is, I don't know, something good. So without further ado, here are a couple of things I think will make your game jam experience a better one. If possible, you should get together with your friends. No, not your Facebook friends. No, not your Twitter friends. No, not your LinkedIn friends. No, oh good heavens, no, not your Tumblr friends. No, not that person either. No, your real friends. You know, the people you neglect while you work on your game. If there isn't a Global Game Jam official location near you, see if you can find a space to set up shop together. Keep some snacks and drinks on hand, and make sure to include some healthy ones. Just make sure you plan ahead so you don't end up with 2 salads and no entree. It's a good idea to spend a few minutes at the beginning forming a plan. Even if you end up deviating a great deal from your original idea, a plan gives you a framework to build on. Just ask former US President and known planner Dwight D. Eisenhower. Don't just make a simpler version of a game that you like. Instead, try a small game that explores a dynamic that interests you. If you get stuck, you can always ask your friends or the internet for help, and if you spend more than half an hour trying to make an idea work, it might be time to simplify. Don't give up just because things don't work out the way you expect the first time. You might be onto something good. Speaking of art, remember that an awesome character design isn't worth as much as a crappy but finished sprite sheet. And if you think you're up for it, try something that no one's ever tried before. Pull ideas from anywhere. Foreign movies, favorite books, outsider art, old matchboxes, weird frogs, soup recipes, and childhood fears. Now's your chance. You can even mix and match from your favorite game genres. Maybe you'll stumble upon something awesome. Whether we like it or not, games are already changing the way we interact in ordinary, everyday situations. Like, say, a fancy dinner. Whether or not games make us more social or less social, you and I actually get a say in how that happens. And if you get absolutely nothing else out of your experience, I really hope that you have fun. I mean, if you look at this graph from the most recent Ludum Dare competition, pretty much everybody said they had fun. All the people in green and yellow answered yes or mostly yes. And, incidentally, if you need a graph to convince you to have fun, you'll probably fit right in. You know what else is a good idea? Deodorant. There's no joke here. Yeah, wear deodorant.